The fear of the unknown. Facing the unknown with courage. Our story begins with Alexander, a 12-year-old boy who lived in a quiet neighborhood in Athens. Alexander was a creative child who loved drawing, reading books, and listening to music. However, there was one thing that made him feel anxious and afraid: fear of the unknown. At first, this fear was subtle, almost invisible. It appeared when he thought about changing schools, meeting new people, or having to do something he had never done before. Alexander didn't know how to explain this to his parents or friends. When he talked about his fear, he felt like no one truly understood what he was going through. One afternoon, however, the situation started to get worse. Alexander had to participate in a new activity at school, and he was terrified that he would fail. The thought of giving a presentation in front of his classmates made his heart race. That's when his mother, Maria, spoke to him about a psychologist who was a friend of hers and specialized in children's well-being. Alexander, asking for help doesn't mean you're weak. We all need a little guidance when we feel lost or anxious, she said gently. Though initially hesitant, Alexander agreed to see the psychologist. In his session with Dr. Elena, Alexander learned that the fear of the unknown was completely normal, and that both children and adults experience anxiety when facing new situations. Dr. Elena explained that his fear stemmed from his need to feel safe and in control of his surroundings. The fear of the unknown is a way for your mind to protect you, but that doesn't mean you can't overcome it with courage, she said. She suggested he view his upcoming presentation not as something dangerous, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. Dr. Elena gave Alexander relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing and closing his eyes when feeling anxious. She also taught him how to focus on his thoughts and change them from negative to positive. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong, think about everything that could go right, she said. This strategy helped him to recognize and challenge his fears. With Dr. Elena's guidance and the continued support of his family, Alexander began to see the situations that scared him as opportunities for personal development. The presentation that once seemed terrifying became one of the most successful experiences of his year, and he felt proud of himself. Through this process, Alexander learned a valuable truth. The fear of the unknown can be faced with courage and knowledge, and there is always help and support around you if you ask for it. True strength comes from recognizing our fears and deciding to move forward despite our insecurities. Moral of the story: the fear of the unknown is natural, but with courage, guidance, and positive thinking, we can overcome it. If we feel like we need help, asking for support is not a sign of weakness. Difficult situations are opportunities to learn and grow.